Welcome to the Drug Pronunciation Series on the Pharmacist's Voice podcast. I am your host, Ohio pharmacist Kim Newlove. This is episode 370, and you can find the show notes on thepharmacistvoice.com. We're going over two pronunciations today. They are oseltamivir and Tamiflu. And after I do those pronunciations, I'd like to give you an update on my drug pronunciation course. If you didn't know that I have an online self-paced drug pronunciation course, you'll want to stay tuned to hear about that. And by the way, we still don't cover pharmacology in this series, it's just pronunciations. In fact, this is the 72nd episode in this drug pronunciation series. I love this series. Let's go with the generic name first. Oseltamivir has 5 syllables. That's O, like the letter O in the alphabet, cell, as in pharmacies sell medicine, Tam, like my sister in law's name, Tammie, which is a short I sound or a schwa I sound. It's the I in the word president, I. And the last syllable is vir, which is the stem for antiviral medications. Put all 5 syllables together and you get oseltamivir. Emphasize O and tam. Tam gets the most emphasis. See if you can hear that emphasis when I say it again. Oseltamivir. Oseltamivir. My source for the written pronunciation is the USP Dictionary Online. I didn't happen to like how medlineplus.gov or drugs.com broke the syllables down for oseltamivir, so I went with the USP Dictionary Online for this drug name. However, for a spoken pronunciation from someone other than myself, drugs.com did get that right. If you want to go to drugs.com and type in oseltamivir, they have a good verbal pronunciation on drugs.com. Now, as an aside, I just want to tell you a little quirk that I have, and if you do this too, you're in good company. I notice that I hold on to that first syllable, O, at the start of oseltamivir, kind of like I do with valacyclovir. Maybe it's a personal quirk, maybe you do it too, but if you do it too, you're in good company. So listen to me say both of these. Valacyclovir, oseltamivir. Who knows? It could just be me, but if you do it too, you're in good company. And I also would like to mention that there is a song, an old-timey song called "Oh Susanna" that might just help you say oseltamivir correctly. So instead of "Oh Susanna," it's oseltamivir, oseltamivir, don't you cry for me. If you don't know this song, look it up. It's a kid's song. Anyways, you might never mispronounce this drug name again because I said something weird. So use it and we'll move on to the brand name next. That does it for oseltamivir. Tamiflu is next. Tamiflu has 3 syllables. They are Tam, as in my sister-in-law's name is Tammie, which is a short I sound or a schwa I sound, like the I in the word president, and the last syllable is flew, as in I flew from Detroit to Amsterdam in 2024. True story. Put all 3 syllables together and you get Tamiflu. Emphasize that first syllable, tam. See if you can hear the emphasis when I say it again. Tamiflu. Tamiflu. My source for the written pronunciation is the patient information section of the prescribing information for Tamiflu on the FDA's website. I'll have a link to the FDA's website in the show notes on thepharmacistvoice.com. If you would like to hear someone other than myself say Tamiflu, I've got 2 sources for you. You can head over to drugs.com. They have a good one. And I also found the original Tamiflu commercial on YouTube, which is so fun to watch because I probably only saw it for one flu season and then it was off the air. And I will have a link to it in the show notes as well. They say Tamiflu correctly in the commercial, of course. And that does it for oseltamivir and Tamiflu. We divided both drug names into syllables, learned which syllables to emphasize, and talked about my sources. And we even sang a little bit of a song, right? But this episode is not quite over yet. What I'd like to do next is I'd like to give you an update on my self paced online course called Pronounce Drug Names Like a Pro. It is a drug pronunciation course for the last 6 years. It's been on kimnewlove.com, and I have been selling it for $99 per person. So if you go to thepharmacistvoice.com and click on the store tab, you can find it there, or you can head over to kimnewlove.com and that'll get you there as well. Both websites take you to the same place. Now, what you do when you go there, if you want to find this drug pronunciation course, is you look for the Mastering Drug Pronunciations section of the website and click on Learn More. And then once you're there, you can explore the freebie, the online course, or the private coaching section. The freebie, if you're interested in that, is an alphabetized list of the drug names in the drug pronunciation series with links to the episodes on my website, thepharmacistvoice.com. The course is the same course that's been up there for 6 years with two slight changes. I recently updated the welcome message this week, and then I also added a module that has drug pronunciation episodes from this podcast in it. So, in case you want a curated, alphabetized list of all of the drug names in this drug pronunciation series, I've got you covered with a podcast episode module. And that's it for my online course update. If you'd like to hear more about it, head over to kimnewlove.com or go to thepharmacistvoice.com and click on the store tab. And that's all I've got for you. Thank you for listening to episode 370 of the Pharmacist's Voice podcast. The show notes are on thepharmacistvoice.com. In the show notes, you will find the written pronunciations for oseltamivir and Tamiflu, links to my sources, links to the other 71 episodes in this drug pronunciation series, a link to my drug pronunciation course, my social media links, and more. There are always a ton of links in my show notes. You can find those on thepharmacistvoice.com under the podcast tab. If you know someone who would like to learn how to say oseltamivir or Tamiflu, please share this episode with them. And if you like this podcast, come on back. We've got a lot more coming up here in 2026. Subscribe to or follow the Pharmacist's Voice podcast on your favorite podcast player and on YouTube so you never miss an episode. Thanks so much for listening today. I'll talk to you next month. Thanks for sticking around for the bonus. This is just a quick message to let you know how I pick out some of the drug names for the drug pronunciation episodes. I sometimes get suggestions via email. I get voicemails through my website, thepharmacistvoice.com. People click on the contact tab and they leave me a message. That's how I ended up with Mirbetrick. I have also had colleagues ask to be on the show, and they have picked out the drug name, and we discuss it on the show. That's some of the earliest episodes in the first 10. I've also had lots of inspiration from social media. I have seen posts on Facebook and Instagram asking a general question: what drug name do you struggle to pronounce? Or some version of that question. And I will hit the comments and I will look through it. And I'll tell you, for this series, that is gold to find out that people struggle with levetiracetam or S-zopiclone or citalopram or any number of drug names. When I saw this drug name, though, oseltamivir, I just had to pick this one because when I looked at it, I knew what it was. It's generic Tamiflu, but I didn't know how to divide it into syllables and which syllables to emphasize. I know where to look, but I don't take time to look up every drug name that I personally struggle with. So I do it one at a time when it's time for a drug pronunciation episode. This helps me, and I hope it's helped you as well. Thanks for tuning in today. Take care.